You. How's it going? All good, guys. Let's see who can connect.
I
So, I'm sorry to read about your daughter.
yeah, it's crazy. She fell on a toy. So
Yeah.
she had her foot on a toy and she fell backwards.
Okay.
And that was like 1.5 weeks, of course.
Okay. So, everybody here today for this fourth Zoom session of Spotlight that will be recorded, obviously, and available for a month after the Spotlight finishes. Okay, guys, that's what this course, the program includes. So we finish not this week. We're gonna go ahead another week. So I've decided to extend. But after that, another month, okay, where you can access all the Zoom sessions. The Telegram instead stays open, so we don't have to close that. Although it won't be more possible to write messages and connect, but you can still access your messages or the audios if you want to listen to those. Okay, so that is not going to be closed. Now, let me take my notes because, as usual, there's quite a lot to say, but I would like to stay under an hour today. So I'm gonna be hopefully um, more precise with the time. Okay, so today we're talking about the setups of your marketing. Okay, so um, how do you decide to proceed with the marketing? Because there are so many options, and it's difficult sometimes to actually decide what way do I take. Should I write 3 newsletters? Should I post 20 reels? Should I just go live? How do we know what is the right step to take? But well, the answer is that basically your marketing is a mirror. Okay, is um basically is a mirror that really needs to make your own way of speaking about yourself and your project truly yours. So it's a mirror of yourself. Okay. So when I first started, many years ago, when I opened Instagram for the first time, that was about 7 or 8 years ago. And that is something that if you were on my masterclass, there was a free masterclass at some point called Instagram Audit. I don't know if you saw that. Anyway, I did the whole analysis of my trip on Instagram and how that reflected on my work. Okay. And I went back from when I've opened it and I analyzed all the stages in which I was, doing something and bringing it, doing something online, bringing it to reality, and how that converted, basically, how the marketing converted. And it was, for me also, was quite fun to go back and see everything, because obviously 7 years it was quite a lot. And this course is part of Sound Identity Lab, so this masterclass is in there anyway. It's not lost somewhere, but it's part of Sound Identity Lab now. So when I first started, I was just going through, I was just posting whatever I wanted. I had an intuition, I was going for it. So in that way, I really created an audience that reflected who I was. Okay. There was no strategy behind that. Then I started studying marketing. Um, with a person that still helps me nowadays. And it was, it started to become a lot more stressful. It started to become like, oh, now I have to do this project, now I have to do this launch. So in the past, whenever we were promoting something online, we were going through big weeks of launches. Okay. So for example, I don't know, maybe Caroline, you met me through one of those where I was doing potentially 4 days of free lives every day, and then all the freebies and all the emails all planned. So there was a lot to do behind that, on top of the weeks that were leading to the week of a launch. Okay. So, and then everything changed. Instagram changed the way in which people we're getting used to those type of things changed. So obviously, whenever you're doing marketing, you need to stay on top of things. And how do you do it? By feeling your audience, okay? And by getting in contact with them for real, but also by feeling yourself. Am I getting bored of doing this type of launches? Yes. Okay, I'm not going to do them anymore, or not for a long period, or not for all my courses. I don't need to do a launch so intense for something that is smaller, but I might need to do it for something that is big. What did my audience see before this? Did I always send only newsletters? Maybe I need to introduce something different. Maybe I will introduce myself speaking on a live with them so they can see me. Okay. So for example, for Music Tree, I've always sent basically just newsletters. Okay. Because it grew automatically. There was no real need for me to push. So I was just sending newsletters sometimes here and there. Okay. But I have a window here. So the window does a lot as well. Okay. And also when I've opened Music Tree, I already had my studio from before. So I moved a chunk of people, okay, that was already spreading the word about my classes. So I knew that I didn't need much marketing for the music school itself. But when I started moving away from it, and when I left the space to more teachers that were started working for me, then I had to go back with my newsletters a bit more intensively, bringing my personal voice more, because I am the brand of my school. And if I just completely leave and just leave the teachers to do the job, then the school is losing their identity. Okay, so the marketing is constantly changing depending on where your business is at. Okay, and this is also kind of fun because it means that you can try, you can experience, you can see what works, what doesn't work. Okay, there is not just one way of doing things. Okay, after that, I had a period where I started studying with very big and important mentors. Okay, that were absolutely not connected with music education. So their standards were completely different. And their suggestions actually did not work for my work. Okay, because music education is another world. They were mentoring maybe business entrepreneurs that had huge companies. Okay, and I was coming, like, hey, I'm a music teacher, hello, from a different perspective. And they were like, okay, I don't really know what to tell you. So some of the suggestions that they gave me actually brought my last year on the wrong direction. Thank God that I always had somebody else as well to study with and to continue having the conversation. So having a mentor that knows my work and that knows me was what really helped me to grow a lot. Okay, because we were two brains working together, and that's always the best. And my mentors has other mentors, and it's always a constant thing. Okay, so when something clicked and I realized that marketing is not a formula, I understood that it's a reflection, okay? A reflection of what you offer, who you serve, but always, most importantly, who you are is always that, okay? Another quick example, I already told you that, but I'm telling you another time. MTTT, my Music Tree Teacher Training, 1 year, first year in one version. Second year, I already realized that it was not possible for me to run it in the first, like I ran into the first year. And that was because in my first year, 90% of the people were from Italy. In the second year, 90% of people are coming from abroad, and it's not as easy for them to travel. Or they might come to 2 retreats instead of 3, or they might come only to 1 retreat instead of 3. So I am reevaluating everything. And that will mean also a different type of marketing for my future. Okay. So this is the way in which you have to think. You have to feel your audience and you feel what you want to offer to them. Something that you were offering 10 years ago, maybe you're bored. You don't want to offer that anymore. Just stop it, offer something else. Okay, or evolve. Have you become very, very good in something, and now is the time to promote it to a different type of market? It's another option, okay? This is a way of scaling your business. So most templates, strategies, and advices that you can find online or ChatGPT, because there is some people that goes on ChatGPT and write, listen, I want to do this, 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 this. I tried. And what comes out is standard. And that doesn't work. It's not magnetic. It's not activating. Okay. So those things, those advice that you might find online are made to sell anything to anyone. But again, we are a particular type of sellers, okay? First of all, we're selling ourselves because we're selling a communication, we're selling a relationship that we install with our students. We're not selling a product, okay? We're not even selling a big program where there are 200 people inside, okay? Our group sessions have maximum 20, 30 people. Okay, so what we are selling is the relationship with us. Okay, and we're working with children, parents, artists. All of these people are very sensitive. It's all people that are very much in contact with their emotions, or they are going through potentially difficult situations. Okay, somebody that wants to come to a singing class, for example, no? Caroline, an adult, they want to open to their musicality again after 20 years of music. They're going to really work deeply on these emotions. So they are kind of exposed. Parents that are coming to our children's class, again, they are in a difficult moment of their life. Maybe they are parents for the first time. Maybe they don't know how to engage their children to music. Okay, so your work is deeply emotional, personal, and relationship based. Okay, so this is very, very important. So how can a general funnel or a generic like early bird limited time offer campaign reflect that? My campaigns, my offers are basically sold on a one-to-one base. Okay, so for example, when I wanted to you remember, maybe I've done the birthday at some point. Now I've done this birthday month when I was giving my courses with a lot more discount than normal. Okay, in that month I have sold things that I didn't think I would have sold. Okay, because people were just wanted the connection with me in that moment. So I sold 4 or 5 new MTTT courses that were not even planned to be sold. Okay, but each of them had a different offer. Where are you coming from? Not in the sense of how far are you, but what did you study with me now? Have you already done all of these and this and this? Then I cannot ask you to pay the same amount of money of a person that is starting from zero. Okay, so every offer was really detailed, was really thought on the person. And this is what makes it correct as well, under my point of view. Okay, you've studied already 5 years with me. You've already done all my online courses, but you still want to be part of MTTT. I'm not going to ask you to pay £2,300, which is what pays a person that has never done anything with me. There's no real reason why it should be like that. Okay, so this is important to remember. You have this option as well when you're selling things to the families. Okay, we have here a family that brings 3 children and asked to have a 4th class for the mother and the 2 older daughters, whilst the younger one is a baby. Okay, the other 2 have been coming for years, but one is 5, one is 8. The mom now wants to do a singing class with the 2 younger daughters. Okay, obviously the price that we do to her is a completely different price compared to another family that would come and say, can we do a class? To a new family that asks something like that, we would potentially say no. Okay, because we don't know you, we don't know your children. This is not what we would suggest to a family that comes and have that request. Okay, because that's not a setting that really works from a musical development point of view. So we would not suggest that as a first. We would go with something that we know it really works. But if they are already enrolled, they are already following everything, and they want something on top, of course, let's do it in a fun way. Let's do it in a proper way. Let's do it in a way that resonates with you. Okay, so that is not an offer that we have. It's not written on our website, but we're opening it. The teacher is happy to do it. Okay, so be creative with your own options. Okay, these are just obviously examples. Okay. And so this type of marketing works in our world of music education, okay? And is a marketing that feels like you, that respects your voice, your rhythm, and your community, okay? Another thing that we have to remember is that the marketing is not separate from the teaching. This, for me, was not there in the beginning. It took me a long time to understand that. Okay, I thought the marketing meant I didn't even know. I thought it was like a completely different world from me. And actually, no. Yes, there is a lot to study. There is a lot to learn. How to send the emails, but the most important thing really is that it's not completely separate. It's a doorway into our studio, our courses, our community. So people needs to trust us, needs to trust you before they even meet you. Okay. I sent out an email today for the holiday camp that I'm going to show you later. Okay. I sent an email out, and I had received, we have a mailing list of about 1,200 people for Music Tree. And we received quite a lot of requests for other classes, not even for the holiday camp. Okay, so with that email, what did I do? I show who I am. I brought them something new, and then you do what you want with that. But I gave you already a piece of myself. I didn't speak about the holiday camp. I mean, I did, but I didn't. If I was speaking only about the holiday camp, only the people that were interested in the holiday camp would have clicked on my email. But instead, and we will see later, instead I decided to come in from a different perspective, a perspective that is interested for 1,250 people that are in my mailing list. Okay? Not only for the people that potentially are interested in the holiday camp. So ask yourself the same things that we have, kind of asked ourselves before. Does my website sounds like me? Are the words that come in my website words that I would actually say when I'm speaking? Okay. Again, do my email feel like a conversation, or is it description? Okay. Always think that you have a human being on the other side, not somebody that is interested in information. That's why, Caroline, before, when you got the post with the bullet points, I was like, I don't read bullet points. Do you really read bullet points? I'm getting bored of reading bullet points. I read the first thing of a bullet point and then I don't continue. And that is a person that potentially is interested, but because there is too much to read and it's not in a conversational way, it's just too difficult to follow. Too many information. Okay. Now, don't take all the sale pages that you find in Music Tree with as a full example, because some of them I am rewriting. And in this summer, I will rewrite some of them. Okay. Because the marketing needs a change now. I think they have worked until potentially last year, but now marketing is changing, society is changing, people interact with websites in a different way. So I will change my sale page, okay? But I will show you today the difference between some, okay? So don't be afraid to make it personal. And remember always, where is the magnetism? What do we mean when we say magnetism? Really think about two magnets, okay? One needs to attract the other. Where is the interest of your family? Where is the interest of the audience? Okay? That's why I said again, Caroline, just because you sent it now and I have it in my mind. When you said, when you described what happened in a singing class, okay, let's think that I am a parent, I am a musician, okay, and I want to send my daughter to singing classes. Well, with that post, you didn't tell me anything different than another singing teacher would have told me, right? So, and I am a musician. So that would not convince me to come to you instead of coming to another person, okay? Imagine if you're not even a musician, you would just be completely like, what are they talking about? Vocal throat, what? All terms that people would not understand, okay? On the contrary, when you have a website like Music 314 for the classes 0 to 3, and you see a lot of words talking about cognitive development or the brain or the executive functions, that is done on purpose. Because when they go to other music classes, those are not words that read there. Okay. But when there are written stuff like singing and movement, what is that? Singing what? Nursery rhymes, singing African songs, singing songs in meters, sings. If you write modes and meters, would a parent really understand that? No. So we need to find another way of saying that. Okay. So really, really think about speaking with somebody that is not really able to understand what you're saying. Okay. Now we're going to have a look at some of my pages. Before that, though, I would like to remind you again that Spotlight is the space, okay, to really share this type of things. So start working, start sharing like you're doing now, because that's the best way, okay? When you are actually having a person that reads your things and that plans the marketing with you, that's the way in which marketing goes, okay? Now, we're gonna start from the page of my holiday camp. Okay, so, right, here there is a nice picture, okay? Unforgettable music experiences built on trust, safety, and expert care, okay? Why? Because obviously a holiday camp is a place where the kids are there the whole day, okay? So parents needs to see that we take care of them. It's not that just they drop them here to learn music. And what do they do for 8 hours? Who takes care of them for 8 hours? And if parents don't even ask themselves these type of things, then I don't want that parent. Okay, so I want, as a teacher, families that take care of the mental health of their children as much as their musical skills. Okay, I could have written unforgettable music experiences that develops your children's musicality for exams and future classes. That is a different type of client, right? I don't want that client. I want a client that care about their kids. Okay. And in fact, if you read the first sentences, it's about that. When a child starts a camp, they spend the whole day with teachers and very often with children they don't yet know. For us, this is a key consideration. We keep it in mind in every activity we plan, in every game, and in every musical moment we create. Okay, so it's the two things, music and care. Said it again, okay? Our goal is to make each child feel welcome, creating a calm and supportive environment where they can express themselves freely. So I'm already telling you that when your child comes here, there is a cooperative approach. Your child is open. He has open possibilities. He's a child-led approach. He's not going to come and learn something specific. He can express themselves freely. Okay, so 2 sentences here. All right, and then I put in big, a place where each child's musicality and creativity are at the heart of a day. So yes, we also work on the musicality of your child. Okay, that's it. I didn't have to write a lot more. Then I go a bit more into details. But if I got their attention here, then it's done. Okay, so this is the sale page of my music holiday camp. When they go here, they can click on it and they go to the section they want. So they don't have to waste time. Oh, let me see. Benefits to attend a music summer camp. Oh, cool. Let me go. Oh, it's not working. Perfect. I need to do it again because, of course, I changed the words. But here we go. Okay, so a music camp, they can just jump there. Technically, they should. Yeah, this works. Okay. I have a child that is age 7 to 9. I'm not going to click here. I'm going to click here and I go straight there. Okay, so this is also a little bit of technicality that I've learned. I know how to make my website. All of these pages I made myself now. The pages that the website designer did for me 2 years ago, they have, no, 3 years ago, there's no even one class, one page here that she has done. It's all redone by myself, okay? And then obviously all the information, and then this is also important, the details. So you avoid people to ask you questions all the time, the same type of questions. And then how to book, okay? Now let's go for the emails that I shared to them. So I shared a couple of emails. The first one I told you would have been the email. Where is it? May Holiday Camp. Okay. So this one is the one that I told you I would have shared the other day with the video and all our, can you hear me? Because there are some works now. Let me put my headphones, maybe it gets better. Okay. So, I started my email. Can you hear me now? Yeah. Same or better? Same? Okay, let me try because I think it didn't connect actually. Okay, now it's connected. Is it better now? Nothing? Oh, just setting here. And better? Can you hear me? The same. Okay. All right. So this is the holiday camp email, right? The title was Step Inside the Magic. Discover how music transforms your child. So nothing related to the holiday camp. Okay. And then here I literally say, today I would like to invite you to take a glimpse into one of our sessions for children, age 3 to 6, which obviously is the main age of children that comes to the camp. Okay. So I'm just talking in general about our music classes. I know this message is a bit long, but I also know that if you're part of this community, it's because you generally care about understanding how to support your child's musical development. So I tell them that it's going to be a bit long, but I also tell them if you're here, it's because you are that type of person. Okay. There are many layers within a music session. Obviously, you need to put this black thing because people don't read everything and they tend to jump on the black lines. Okay. And then with that, I'll also invite you to sign up for my holiday camp. Then I put a, how do you say, a feedback, a review from a family. Okay, nice picture. Obviously, I have a possibility to share these. And so 25% of people clicked here. And then most of the people clicked here, 68%. So that means that they probably jumped through all of this. I'm not even sure that they read it. And they jumped on here, okay? Which is okay. I thought about that. But this had a few people signing up for the camp straight after, okay? And really about the camp, I don't say much. I just say a little bit of what happens, very little, but then a nice picture and the review. The review says more, okay? Let's see. I can't give you here because obviously you can't see the name of the people, but so this is the 33% of the people clicked on it, which is a quite high number considering that we have 1,292 people, 1,300 people. 53% is a lot of people. Okay, some people might not have even received it. Okay,
12 people subscribed, very little. And that's fine. Okay, we don't want them. Ciao, bye. Don't be afraid of people that unsubscribed. The people that unsubscribed are not your ideal client. Okay. And 43 people clicked on it. So these are 43 people that are potentially interested in your classes. What does it mean? Like soon, not that the other ones are not interested, but these ones are really interested. Okay, so you could potentially click on this number, see these emails, and write something to them, only to them, if you want. Okay. The email that I sent today instead is different, is this one. And obviously, I sent it a few hours ago, so there is a lower number of opening. Okay, this is normal because I sent it only 3 or 4 hours ago. The other one, I sent it over a week ago, so they had more time to click on it. Okay, but in comparison, the interest is higher. Okay, there are 15 people, less unsubscribes than before. Okay, and let's see, what did I say? Every morning she wakes up happy. Laia, 5-year-old, attending a holiday camp. This is a sentence that one of her moms sent us. Okay, so every morning of the camp, Laia wakes us happy. We tried many camps, but this is by far his favorite one. So this is clearly an email for the holiday camp. Okay, it's not like, discover a bit. That one I sent the other day. Today I'm sending you the one for the camp. Okay, and I tell you more about the camp. And then I give you a video, another video. And that's where the families are coming for the other classes. Okay, because there's nothing else about other sessions. There's not even the possibility here to click on like individual classes or group sessions. I didn't do any other promotion, only the camp. They clicked on it, they arrived on my page, they saw other things, and then they decided to buy. In fact, they wrote us email to invite us to send them information about other type of sessions. Okay. When they click here, they go on my Instagram page. They don't go on YouTube. Okay, so you don't want them to go to YouTube because YouTube is not, for me, is not my selling platform. It's not a selling platform for me, for families. Okay, so I sent them straight away to Instagram. Okay, now let's go what happened on Instagram. Let's see what happened on Instagram. The Instagram for Music Tree. There we go. The first thing that people see is holiday camp up here. Okay, so this is a very nice way. I'm not sure I told you this about this already, but they go here and they can see many different pictures of what's happening in the classes, in the camps directly. Okay, I have sent them this morning to this video. Okay, wondering why kids love our holiday camp. I received questions for this reel. Your 5-year-old wants to start playing an instrument. We received 4 emails of people saying, I have a 5-year-old, I have a 6-year-old. Okay, so I sent them here. But once they land on my Instagram, because my Instagram is strong and has a clear call to action, your 5-year-old wants to start playing an instrument. This is like the easiest hook possible on earth. Okay, then they sent us, look, 3 likes, 3, not 300, 3 likes, 4 emails. Okay, so go back to what I told you the other day. Don't worry about the interaction. Don't worry about if I put a like or not. We never know. Okay. Another thing that I want to show you, this is a bit more of a behind the scene, is what happened to a parents when they actually arrive and decide to buy the camp. Okay, so the first thing that they find is an email. Let's see if I can find it here. Maybe if I write here, holiday camp. Okay. When they decide to subscribe, they receive this email with all the information of what's going to happen in the camp. Okay. Fill this form to pick up your child. Fill the form for the videos. And then where and when, guidelines for parents, and they have to click here to read who to contact to if they have problems, what is the weekly plan that the kids are going to have, permission to administer medicines, nuts and egg-free camp, daily updates. And then for the summer, we're going to have our camp, okay, another little marketing thing at the bottom. So this is the same email that I send every time. I'm not doing it new every time. That's why you see that there are not a lot of clicks, because we also have kids that are coming back to the camps, okay? But this is a very important one to have. So when they open, for example, the guidelines, they enter a page like that on Google Drive, okay? With our nice logo and with our nice pattern. So the brand is strong. Same type of image, same type of colors from the website, okay? They feel that is an entire, a common thing going around, okay? They're moving between our school, they're moving between our house. They're not moving between rooms that are totally different from them. The eye is welcomed in the same type of place, okay? And here again, there are all the informations that they need to know, okay? Absences, weather precaution, keeping in touch. If you're a new family and you've never come before, you could ask me 30 questions or bother my secretary 20 hours a week, or you could receive a guideline that tell you everything. Okay, so this is for us, is very fast. In the same email, they receive obviously the permission to administer medication. So if the child has some specific needs, we'll just the parents will just tell us what type of medicines we have to give to the kids, okay? They also receive this nice page, which is the holiday camp schedule, okay? This is what actually happened in the weeks, and now I'm gonna tell you little by little everything. So our camps, as I said, have 3 days, okay? This was the last one, the last month. 9 to 10, welcome. So it's just calm. Kids have time to play between themselves, get to know the teachers. We're not stressing them to start immediately with a warm-up game. The warm-up game is at 10. After an hour that they had already understood a little bit of how the space works and how the teachers works and how the kids are and what is the general vibe of a place. Okay, we're not asking them to participate in an activity straight away, but we give them a good time to just start creating relationship by themselves, okay, to explore the space by themselves. And in this hour, we also can observe them, okay. When they come in, when the group is all here, we go for a tour of a school. That's the first thing we do. So we show them all the rooms, we go downstairs together, you know, I show them the kitchen, I show them the fridge, and they have a lot of fun when they see these type of things, okay? Then, in this case, we had 30 kids, so we divided them into 3 different groups. So we had warm up by age. And this is an information that I want to give to the families. I have written by age, because for the families, it's very important that the kids are divided. Okay, so this is a brand thing. That by age is a brand aspect. If you just write warm up, it's not the same. Okay, then 10 to 12, groups divided by age, swapping between activities with an external musician every morning. Okay, so I told them already that, wow, cool. First day we have Brazilian percussion, second day is flute, and the last day is operatic singing. Okay, and what are these type of sessions? Developing skills session. So here I have 3 teachers doing their session, their warm-up, according to the level and the ages of the kids. Here we divide the group, and somebody is doing a developing skills session with one teacher, and half of the group instead is going for Brazilian percussions, and then they swap. Okay, groups divided by age, swapping between activities with an external musicians every morning. Okay, then there is a lunch and a break time outside. Look at here, outside. I could have just not written that. but instead I want to write it because I want the parents to know that we go outside in the garden. This is a very important thing for people in London because they don't have space outside. So for them to know that we're not the whole day in the school, but we are actually going to the park behind here is important. And in fact, it's written also on the website. Okay. I think there is also a picture maybe of when we go to the garden. No, there is not. So I might need to put it. It's missing. Okay. Then in the afternoon, again, group divided by age. Older children, they go for songwriting. Younger kids, relaxing music time. They almost have a sound bath experience at 1:30, 2 p.m. because they come back after playing outside and we want them to feel relaxed. They might be tired. Some of them potentially fall asleep. We had kids falling asleep during the sound time, during the sound bath time, okay? And they need that type of resting. So this is a very important thing that we started introducing from last summer. We didn't have it before. And then we have an art and craft type of meeting in the end, okay? So musically, they actually have 3 sessions a day. 1, the first, 2, and the third, okay? 3 sessions a day, plus arts and craft. The older kids don't even do arts and craft because when they are in the songwriting room and they're recording their piece, you can't bring them out of that room. We're just having too much fun. And then at the end, we do have a goodbye music routine. This is a very important thing, which actually routine is the wrong name. Ritual. I wrote routine, but it's a ritual, okay? One of the rituals that I've learned from Musica do Circolo. I used the idea of a ritual and I created one for the last day. And it's a very nice that we're gonna see in the next session this Friday. So Friday, we're gonna actually see the type of activities that we do to bring the pedagogy and the brand together, okay, and the marketing together. And then, you know, to write at the bottom with the children every day, you write the name of the teachers, the managers, the external musicians. So if they want to go and see who is Valeria Perboni, they go and see that she is an operatic singer that is also a researcher at the university. Like, wow, okay, these musicians are cool, okay? So this is what they see, what they receive every time that they subscribe, okay? But the last thing is the record of medication given. Remember to have it with you whenever you're organizing a camp of a whole day, because if something happens and you have to give a medicine to a child and the parents are telling you, yes, okay, give it, you want them to sign or a letter or an email, and then you have to record what you have actually given to them. But this all depends also on the country which you're living in, what type of health and safety measure you need to have in place. Every country is a bit different, okay? The last thing that I didn't show you, but I think, you know, it's pretty standard, is the photo and video consent, okay? So a Google form where they just have to give you the consent of how you want to use the image. Again, your little logo, same type of graphic that reminds them that they are with you, okay? So that they are with Music Tree. Okay, so this is the setting that the families receive from us, starting from the sale page that you saw before. I think I show you this before as well. Let me just have a look. When they click here, they are redirected. Oh, sorry, I'm not sharing anymore. Share. When they click on the website, they get redirected immediately in our bookwen.com, which is the booking system, okay? And then they have, again, all the information, how to pay straight away, bam, 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 and we receive an email, okay? With a payment, very quick. And the payment then just gets into our bank account straight away. So no bank details, no, you know, can you send me this email, another email, 3 emails to say that they need to pay you. No, just get link and go. And this is how we receive payments for everything. So for example, if you want to come to the event that I'm organizing with Pedro Consorci in the end of August, people are booking there. Okay, so when you have a booking system, you can use it for everything, obviously. Okay. There were some questions here. Better before this change. Okay. Better before the headphones because almost all the parents don't give a permission for their children to be on social media. So I don't have that much material to use. Any advice on that? Okay. Use the one that you have. So if almost all the parents, but there are 3 that give you the video, use those 3. Okay. Also, they give me the sometimes they give me the permission to put them on social media only because I'm training other teachers. So because I'm a training center and they see teachers coming here every week, Joyce is here every Thursday, for example. Okay, they know that we're a training center. So I tell them in the photo consent that they have, they can choose what to give me the photo for. Okay, I'm not sharing it now, but I give them options. You can give me your permission for Music Tree's website, Music Tree's social medias, training or analyzing purposes within other printed publications or within the school for display purposes. Okay, and for this camp, they have to basically say yes. They can't say no. You see, Music Tree will keep me updated by social media using blurred images unless requested differently. Okay, so they need to send me an email where they say, I don't want you to even record my child with your phone. That is a very specific request. Otherwise, if they want to have information of what happens to the kids, they will find them on Instagram in the spotlight, in the highlights. So that's how we send them what happens during the day. And they are landing on my brand. They're landing on my, okay, I'm not sending them the results of a day straight to their email. The results of a day are on my Instagram page. If you want to see them, you have to go through my Instagram page. Okay, so that's how I grew little by little, even without wanting to grow it, the page of Instagram of Music Tree. Okay, I literally opened the Music Tree Instagram page only for that reason. To have the social medias there. The pictures and the videos from the holiday camp on Instagram. Okay, and you ask them if you can use the material blurred. Yeah, so you saw that there. Okay, guys, that's all for today. Do you have any quick question? No? Okay, all right then. So I will see you Friday, I think, right? Friday, we're going to have some of the activities that we do here at Music Tree during the camps. And then next week, we are dedicating it to live Q&As. Okay? So not just we're not going to have a Thursday Q&A anymore, but we're going to have Q&As here. So think about a project that you would like to analyze together. We're going to have about 15 minutes each, depending on how many people will be on the Zoom, but we can work on something specific. Okay? So, very clear and provoking. El espacio de almuerzo es proporcionado por Music Tree. Yes, the space where we eat, Shirley, is still at Music Tree. Okay, so we eat around here, and then straight after we go to the park. Oh, and obviously, the kids have all their little yellow jackets with a number of Music Tree when we go out, and all of that is in place as well.
And what about the food?
No, they have to bring it.
Okay, that's was my question.
No, we as a school, we're not allowed to even give a glass of water to the children. Yeah, because we don't fit into a bracket that can give food to the children. And so they have to pay it by themselves. and they are all happy with it. No problem. Yes. Okay. All right. Speak soon, guys. Bye bye. See you on Friday. Ciao, ciao.